As I say, the atmosphere is building here at Anfield. The flags are just starting to come out. If Tottenham are going to cause them problems, Jamie, that's on the counter, is it?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah, you'd expect Liverpool to be in control of the game. You'd expect that. But in Son, they've got a player who, in the past, has caused Liverpool real problems. And, you know, you think of his finishing ability, but also the pace. Not what it was, but still sharp enough to cause Liverpool problems.
And that right-hand side for Liverpool sometimes defence. I know it's Conor Bradley tonight, I'm not sure Alexander-Arnold, but that has at times caused Liverpool problems.
Yeah, a lot of goals come from them. They certainly target that area. I mean, Son is obviously a great. The one player, and it's been a really strange season for Tottenham, but the one player I feel this year that he's been outstanding. He's been the difference. He gets on the ball, he makes things happen. That's Kulusevski. I think if I'm Liverpool tonight and I'm playing that pit, he would be the one I'd be really careful of, because he cuts inside, he can shoot, he can assist. If he has to come into that number 10 role towards the end of the game, he can make things happen. And I always feel when I watch him, he's got the personality to enjoy this. He won't fear coming to Anfield, and that is a massive factor for a lot of these Tottenham players today, because there's always been question marks about Tottenham. Can they handle the big occasion? And we're certainly going to find out tonight if it doesn't get any more difficult than
So is that it? Defend well, sit in and hit on the break for you?
They're going to have to show an awful lot of character here. You can hear out there.
But do you think they'll sit back? Because they don't do it. I haven't seen them. There's not really.
They did a bit more at Brentford, though, didn't they?
False back. I don't think it's a tactic. Do you?
No, I don't see them sitting on the edge of the box and just waiting to counter. I don't. I see the fullbacks being in a lot more than what we've seen if it was a Doggy and Pedro Porro, and maybe that's why he's gone Archie Gray, because he's not going to come inside, and they're not going to leave Gakpo and Salah to isolate them. So they'll still look to go and get on the counter attack. And as Jamie just said there, that boy is special.
Tell you what, the other thing, which we haven't really mentioned at all, you need a bit of luck as well. Either way, go back to last night and Odegaard hitting the post.
It's a totally different game, and they're going to have to ride the. This game is going to be, because it doesn't really change too much. Even if Tottenham score first, it's still going to be wide open. This game, it's going to be a brilliant night of football.
Oh, let me just clear up some of the details for you as well. Away goals don't count. It can go to extra time as well this evening. It doesn't go straight to penalties. It goes to extra time if level on aggregate. And I'm sure you're all on the edge of your seats waiting for the referee to talk us through.
I can't wait for
any VAR decision. I know. Excitement never stops. Right then, Tottenham have a one-goal lead to defend. Let's join your commentary team. Alan Smith and, first of all, Peter Drury.
Mark, thank you. Anfield poised on its emotional edge. A clutch semi-final at its biting point. Liverpool's spirit-lifting home advantage, Tottenham's fragile, precious goal advantage. Wembley is for just one of them. And so, what gives? Well, for this time of year, Arne Slot has a remarkably intact squad from which to select. He was coy yesterday about his choice of keeper, but he's chosen to bring back Caoimhin Kelleher. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the only big-name absentee, so Conor Bradley steps up. This, in fact, the back four that started last season's final. It's Curtis Jones for Alexis McAllister. Ryan Gravenberch only joined the League Cup run for the first leg of the semi-final. By contrast, Cody Gakpo has played throughout and is the competition's joint top scorer. And Darwin Núñez, scorer in the quarter-final at Southampton, starts up top, leaving Jota and Diaz on a strong Liverpool bench, which Slot suggested yesterday was the toughest element of his selection process. With a lead to defend and an ever-evolving squad dynamic, Ange Postecoglou would love Antonin Kinski to match his debut clean sheet from the first leg. There's an immediate debut here for Austrian Kevin Danso at centre-half. Archie Gray to full-back, Pedro Porro drops out. Pap Sarr was suspended for the first leg, but having scored at the weekend, he plays here instead of Lucas Bergvall. And with Dominic Solanke out of the picture, Richarlison, as at Brentford, operates at the sharp end. He has quite a scoring record at Anfield. Matisse Tell, another potential debutant, on a bench, also including first-leg scorer Bergvall. So, Alan, Liverpool obliged to score.
Yeah, and Darwin Núñez gets the shout, and he doesn't get too many these days. Used more as an impact sub, but maybe Arne Slot sees these players' direct, powerful style as a good way to test Tottenham's makeshift defence. He might lack subtlety against some of his teammates at times, but you know he'll work those defenders hard. And Jed Spence, he did ever so well last week against Brentford's Brian and Burmo. Sat in, didn't commit, and didn't get beaten much either. He's quick, he's strong, and he'll also have to think quickly, seeing as he's facing Mo Salah. Huge challenge for him.
Well, St James's Park last night set a mighty high bar for spine-tingling atmosphere. Anfield sets out to match it. Liverpool chasing every prize, Spurs thirsty for any prize. For the right, 38 days from now to face Newcastle United in the 65th Football League Cup final.
Yeah, and you get the feeling Arne Slot was really looking forward to this as one of his biggest nights yet as a Liverpool manager. Heard all about the famous atmospheres and is expecting one here.
Here's Mo Salah, who's prompted so many of the recent great atmospheres. By Ben Davis, left-sided centre-half. Danso to his right, and Archie Gray from right full-back from Spurs tonight. Here's Papsar, smooth finish from him at Brentford at the weekend. Suspended for the first leg.
Yeah, they've got more legs, obviously, with Papsar in there. No surprise that Postecoglou's gone for that midfield three rather than 2 and a 10 just ahead.
Right for Gakpo. Archie Gray alert. He has started 5 games this season from right full-back, all prior to Christmas, a couple in Europe, a couple actually in the early rounds of this competition. Won all 4 of those. Also started there when they lost to Bournemouth. There's Salah.
Test for Jed Spence, keeping his eye on the ball. Noticeable that he had a teammate supporting there, which he'll want every time when Salah comes at him.
Conor Bradley from right back for Liverpool in the absence of Alexander-Arnold. Virgil van Dijk, who won this trophy for Liverpool last year. Robertson ran it out. Brian Clough way back when, 20 years ago Mourinho, most recently Pep, the dominant figures of their age who launched a dynasty with a League Cup. Ange Postecoglou, like his opposite number this evening, looking for the first one.
There's a tangle with Virgil van Dijk there. Feeling his face.
And Richarlison, as a one-time Evertonian and indeed a 2-time Evertonian scorer on this ground, not to mention the goals he's also got here for Spurs, is not the most popular. And when he becomes entangled with Liverpool's iconic captain, there's only one crowd favourite.
Well, there is, and it's not the greatest of challenges, that from the Liverpool centre-half, but check complete.
Very little by way of sympathy. There was contact and there's ongoing debate, and it is tetchy from the outset.
Van Dijk just trying to let his man know he's there, but gotta be careful he doesn't cross that line.
Greg Pawson is the referee, in charge of the 2018 League Cup final, Arsenal-Manchester City. His only previous Spurs-Liverpool game was goalless, White Hart Lane, October 2015. A match famous as Jurgen Klopp's first in charge of Liverpool.
Kevin Danso there in the middle of Tottenham's defence. He's doing a lot of organising, a lot of talking as they squeezed up.
Bradley and Salah. This is the chaser. He's smartly off his line. Check, debutant in the first leg, kept a clean sheet, looked composure itself. His clearance was hooked on by Basuma. Pursued by Richarlison, broke here for the repeatedly outstanding Kulusevski, outside of whom now is Gray, and he's sought out Richarlison. Konate tight at his back. Liverpool, of course, obliged to score this evening, and they have failed to score in just 2 of Arne Slot's 36 games so far, most recently, of course, at Spurs. They have scored 2 or more in 30 of his games. Kinski has come and read that okay. So, of 36 results Liverpool have had this season so far in all competitions, 18, precisely half, would be good enough tonight to take them through without extra time. Gakpo tipped up by Kulusevski.
Yeah, it looks like being a tough night for Richarlison up against 2 top centre-halves. He's already felt Van Dijk's force, but he's not a natural centre-forward. It's a bit of a square peg in a round hole, but he's just got to do a job for the team.
Salah, Nunez, Szoboszlai. Salah deflection and took the pace off the ball, and Kinski gathered it with comfort.
Lovely bit of neat football that to set up the shot.
Szoboszlai. Robertson has gone inside of Gakpo here. It's Andy Robertson and Gakpo. Szoboszlai's gone to ground, a little nudge perhaps from Son, nothing to concern the referee.
Been a strong start, hasn't it, from the home team, as you'd expect. They're getting down the sides with some incisive passing.
Nunez asking for attention. Paulson meeting his request. As Tottenham's defenders and goalkeeper get to know each other. Constantly evolving area of the field for them. Nunez, though, the pick for Liverpool tonight. Alan, ahead of Jota, ahead of Diaz.
Yeah, maybe horses for courses against this makeshift Spurs defence. They can play the more direct pass to him, get forward a bit quicker perhaps. Jota, a much different prospect.
Here's how he got hurt.
Just the knee. Richarlison catching him.
Another disdainful look from Van Dijk. Nunez, one of several, of course, who were forced to miss last year's Carabao Cup final for Liverpool. On a missing list with Salah and Szoboszlai, Alexander-Arnold, Alisson, Jones and Jota. He'd want a piece of it this time round, if it were to come to pass. For now, Tottenham's lead remains intact. Gray. Richarlison stepping away from Konate, but having retreated from an offside position.
It's going to be a challenge, get the ball into his feet, giving him quality service.
for Salah. Feed it in for Jones, well seen by Kulusevski. Gray got into trouble. Davis came across to dig him out.
Yeah, risky ball, just trying to feed it through to Kulusevski. Ben Davis does ever so well. He's on his toes, makes up the ground.
"57 years ago this week, great-uncle Eddie scored a goal in the second leg of a League Cup semi-final that took Leeds through at Arsenal's expense. Back in 1968. Eddie also took the corner in the final, from which Terry Cooper scored the winner. Spence with the throw. Okay, seeing it back. And back.
Yeah, a lot of space there between Kulusevski and his midfield. They didn't all squeeze.
Here's Gakpo. And here's Nunez. Tough by Bentancur, away by Gray. Bradley for Salah, and Bradley keeps on going. And release Liverpool a corner. Rich Mo Salah. Szoboszlai also in attendance. Szoboszlai who played it in, it got its near post flick. Kinski couldn't gather cleanly. And Bissouma belts it into the clouds.
It was all a bit messy, wasn't it, from Spurs? Didn't get the initial contact, couldn't get a clearance, and then Kinski comes for it and makes a mess of it, fumbling. Should be collecting that. Gives Ben Davis a whack for his troubles.
So he's going to be okay. Clean sheet, of course, in the Premier League at the weekend. Ben Davis's forward is anything but clean, and he is going to need attention before he's allowed to carry on.
Well, they want to make this quick.
Craig Pawson looks as though he's prepared to delay the restart to allow some patching up here.
Yeah, depending on how bad it was, he might have had to have gone off, which wouldn't have been to Postecoglou's liking that. Ben Davis started the game well.
Well, Spurs do get through centre-halves like they're going out of fashion. Ben Davis, I've also almost come to forget, is there only really as an understudy in the absence of Van der Ven and Dragusin and Romero. He's got a new partner this evening. Kevin Danso's last game in English football actually was for Southampton in an FA Cup tie against Spurs, January 2020. Hasenhüttl took him off towards the end of that game and he never played again. Of course, COVID hit a few weeks after that and interrupted plenty more than his fledgling career at that point.
Heck of a debut, isn't it? And he would have come to the club knowing the score once the two first choice centre-halves are fit.
He had a pretty eventful 10 games for the Saints, actually. He was sent off against Manchester United in his second Premier League start. He played the second half of Southampton's 9-0 home defeat against Leicester. Only conceded 4 in his half. It was 5 before he came on. But was a part of what was actually a very watchable Austrian national team at the Euros last summer under Ralf Rangnick.
He hasn't played for 2 or 3 weeks, so much sharpness. Might need a bit of time to get his second wind as well. We'll have to count for 30 seconds as well, haven't we?
Those 30 seconds aren't up and Spurs are defending a man shy. Danso got his work done. Davis has now been invited back on. Effenberg. Effenberg again.
Just keeps on coming back. They can't play any football in Liverpool's half at the moment, Spurs.
Here's Richarlison though. Effenberg nagging at his back. Free kick given.
He did well just to slow down a touch there, Richarlison, because he didn't have too much in the way of support. Realised that.
4 goals at Anfield for Richarlison, who scored on both of his visits here for Spurs. And a couple for Everton, one in a derby win for Everton and Anfield, and those are few and far between.
This is a difficult free kick, central, too far out to shoot.
Flicked in by Son, and nudged behind by Conor Bradley for a Tottenham corner in front of the Kop.
They've done well at corners this season, Spurs, had some success.
Kulusevski at the goalkeeper's back, Bissouma on the goalkeeper's toes, Danso and Davis both in the thick of it. Son sorting out the television logistics. Son Heung-min. Davis is looking to get an eyebrow on it.
A good header from Nunez, that was. Certainly centre forward to do. And he's called back to the penalty area.
Soboslai. Effenberg. Bradley left it for Salah. Konate. Prevented from advancing by Kulusevski. Konate. Salah. Bradley. Passed away by Sarr, who collided with him. And Liverpool had a free kick. Conor Bradley has had the bulk of the action in this competition for Liverpool this season. He started 3, Trent the other. Liverpool with 2 outstanding fillers of that role. No panic these days when Trent is missing. Soboslai, either side of a dead ball. Szoboszlai plays it in, and Spence repels it.
We've probably got the advantage, the height advantage in those situations, Liverpool. I think of Nunez and Van Dijk, who's got a great habit of getting his head on the ball. Canate.
No surprise either that it's Caoimhin Kelleher in goal for Liverpool. Bit of a competition specialist. In the last two finals, 2 clean sheets at Wembley for him in League Cup finals. And indeed a penalty in that extended shootout in 2022. Alisson only rested, again, no alarm. Van Dijk. Gakpo. Driving up Gray. Support from Curtis Jones. Cody Gakpo. One more from Curtis Jones. Conor Bradley. Mo Salah. And driving at Spence. Bradley. Robertson was poised, but Gray was aware of him.
They're defending quite narrow, Spurs, the width of the penalty area, so there will be opportunities for the wide players to lift the heads, have time, try and pick the spot.
Dominic Szoboszlai's corner, Richarlison's comfortable clearing header. Szoboszlai leading off Kulusevski. Dominic Szoboszlai. Davis made the block. Van Dijk gathered. Ryan Gravenberch
Caught that.
bounce back off Danso.
Spurs would have gained a little bit of confidence from the way that they dug in at Brentford, kept the clean sheet. They sat fairly deep and cleared everything that came their way. But of course this is another level, and they're coming under increasing pressure here. Got to find an outlet. Easy for that Spurs three-man midfield to get on the ball, to work through the lines. There, Bentancur getting robbed. Things are happening too quickly for them.
There's Jones, busy and purposeful. Nunez for Szoboszlai. Back to Bradley. For Gravenberch. He acknowledges what was evidently a good thought. Gravenberch did start last year's final but got injured very early on. Also got it back from Kulusevski. Kept on marching. Sarr. Son from wide, Spence beyond him. Here comes Jed Spence. Lifted out by Canate. That's a corner.
Yeah, rare chance for Jed Spence to get forward. They've been a bit more circumspect last match, and here the full-backs sat in next to the centre-halves, but there was a chance there for him.
Son rips it in. Nunez Once again, near post for Liverpool, back in by Davis. Nunez away, Salah forward. Dabbed into the instep of Szoboszlai, who couldn't take it with him. And Spence brings it out. Kulusevski, that's sharp. Bissouma, Richarlison up ahead of him. And Son is Sarr. Robertson can clear.
Yeah, poor pass in the end, but it's been a good couple of minutes for Spurs, much better. Seeing more of the ball and seeing it in Liverpool's half.
And Salah. Mo Salah deflection, and it bobbles tauntingly wide.
Well, again, Danso on this occasion trying a ball that gets cut out, and they're backtracking quickly. Liverpool so good in these turnover situations. That nick off Bissouma causes a few problems. Some panicky moments from Kinski maybe.
Spurs are Salah's second favourite opponent, only against Manchester United has he scored more goals than he has against Tottenham. Jones. From Bradley, out by Spence. Van Dijk. It's clear by Danso. And now the long-legged Sarr. He ran into traffic. Darwin Nunez. Dominic Szoboszlai. Jones for Robertson. And Robertson can heave it in. And Gakpo can turn. And Nunez. He bounced out kindly for Kulusevski, and now Richarlison can look the other way.
It's 2 against 7 here.
Kulusevski want to keep hold of the ball.
Done well.
Fantastic well to win a corner. This has been checked and cleared.
Yeah, arm tucked in, no question of a handball that, but Spurs just hanging on by the skin of the teeth at the moment, getting blocks in.
But it is they, Spurs, who have a corner. And Kulusevski. Again from the near post by Darwin Nunez.
Didier Drogba did that superbly for Chelsea for a number of years at the near post.
Richarlison. Gray. Richarlison. Kulusevski. Nicked away by Konate, on hurriedly by Szoboszlai. Beautiful touch from Salah, moved on in a hurry by Bradley. Salah looked to give it him back, but Davis had adopted the right position. Salah. Konate. Van Dijk. Robertson. Gakpo. From Nunez was beaten trim for Kinski.
He's got about 3 Spurs players round him here. Nunez still manages to win it. Getting a good header.
So Kulusevski. Insofar as Spurs have an outlet, it's tending to be him. Going forward this time, Havenberg. Salah! Szoboszlai! Flags up. He's not so sure.
He did look a mile off to the naked eye, but so often you look at the replay and it's much, much tighter. It's a lovely pass from Mo Salah, but he is off. It's a good spot from that assistant on the far side.
Dominic Szoboszlai half a yard ahead of himself. And half an hour into the second leg, 2 hours into a 3-hour tie. Liverpool still trail by Lucas Bergvall's late first leg strike. Richarlison and Son. Good protection from Jones.
They've been better, Tottenham, but finding it extremely difficult to test Kelleher.
Cody Gakpo, Curtis Jones, reached by Bissouma.
I felt it came off Jones last.
Jones quickly on with the corner, Szoboszlai. In by Robertson, Mo Salah from what was a prohibitive angle.
Yeah, it might have been different on his left peg, but it's a lovely pick out from Andy Robertson, this. Just try and squeeze at the far post. Son is the closest to him.
Well, in yielding that corner, Yves Bissouma was at full stretch, and it may be in that moment that he did himself a little damage.
Well, you can ill afford to lose experienced players. I mean, you look at Liverpool's bench and it's incredibly strong. Tottenham's not quite so.
He and you, Alan, saw him in a terrific battle with, was it Vitaly Janelt at Brentford at the weekend? Yves Bissouma had a right ding-dong going on.
Yes.
Spence ran into trouble. Nunez from wide. Canate. Jones caught on the ball. Kulusevski, Bissouma. He's handed it back to Havenberg. Now Salah to worry Spence. In by Salah, Gakpo! Liverpool snatched the lead on the night. They have parity back in the tie. And Cody Gakpo becomes by himself the competition's top scorer.
Well, it was coming, wasn't it? I think everybody in this stadium could see it. Bissouma giving it away. They've been horrid, rushed into misplacing passes, Spurs, and this time Liverpool make them pay. He just maintains his position. Gakpo pulls off the back of Archie Gray. It's one of those finishes where you can easily drag it, pull it, wide of that near post, but he's in such good form, isn't he, Cody Gakpo? Especially here in front of his own fans, he's deadly.
And so that renders it essentially a 1 hour, one-off cup tie, for which Liverpool have home advantage. Spence by Van Dijk. Cody Gakpo, 10 goals in his last 10 Anfield games, 5 goals in the Carabao Cup this year, 2 against West Ham, 2 at Brighton. Leaving behind him on behalf of Arne Slot, Gabriel Jesus of Arsenal and Tom Ince of Watford, each of whom until this evening were jointly at the top with him.
Well, it's going to feel like a long 10 minutes now for Spurs to half-time, you feel. Got to hang in there.
And now that the Kop has found its voice, that home advantage feels substantial. Last night in the northeast, the Gallagher end refused to let Newcastle tire. A not dissimilar dynamic now. He didn't keep it in. And this indeed will be a trying hour. If they come through this intact, it'll be a mighty effort. Here's Cody Gakpo. Raffenberg and Salah loftily into the mix, and Kinski was confident. Liverpool score first, they almost always win.
Oh, that's not clever.
Raffenberg, Salah, Szoboszlai, Raffenberg, Gakpo, Raffenberg. They're turning up the wick again since scoring. Konate. Gakpo and Robertson, cleared by Danso. Salah. Just can keep it from Bradley.
Well, it's really hard work out there for those Spurs players. Have eyes in the backs of the heads, being pushed and pulled all over the shop.
Liverpool have won their last 2 League Cup semi-finals over 2 legs, against Arsenal in 2022, against Fulham last year. Van Dijk. Conor Bradley. No Salah. Son helping out the full-back. Getting into trouble himself.
Fans enjoyed that on the far side.
Picked out Son Heung-min, did Conor Bradley, in the way I think earlier in the season, didn't he have a moment with Kylian Mbappe, which lifted the whole mood of that very special evening. And his is the name on the lips of the Kop now. Szoboszlai's corner. Curtis Jones. Kinski came to punch. And the flag's up.
Well, there's been a real swagger about this Liverpool performance in the first half, and a composed swagger as well. They know they're a good team. Kevin Danso just gets distracted by Nunez, and it allows the ball to go all the way to the goal scorer. A chance to clear it, turned down.
Out by Canate. Here comes another red wave. Gravenberch. Salah. Gravenberch, lovely feed from Ryan Gravenberch, and he's got himself a corner last off Jed Spence. For Tottenham, this must feel unrelenting. Szoboszlai delivers. Gorgeous take from Salah. Jones, Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. By Spence for the Sharks.
Yeah, that's what they do in these positions now, though. He's done well, but so often they've had nothing on the man in possession, and so often they've given the ball away. Nearly did there.
Kulusevski. Chance to threaten now. Dejan Kulusevski got under it.
Well, if he can get more of the ball in those positions, anything's possible for Spurs. Capable of the extraordinary.
Well, this remains beautifully poised. Either of them could be facing Newcastle at Wembley Stadium on the 16th of March. The Carabao Cup final live for you on Sky Sports Football that day. Last year he was a Dutch Cup winner with Feyenoord. A year ago was quarter-final week. They beat RZ 2-0 at De Kuip. With a comforting lead on the night and parity overall, can lead now on a recent history against Spurs, which favours them hugely. 14 unbeaten against Tottenham at Anfield.
Yeah, they've been so impressive in this first half, stamped the class on this contest.
Harry Redknapp was the last Tottenham manager to win on this ground. George Graham was the last Tottenham manager to win a League Cup tie on this ground. On the way to winning the competition with Spurs in 1999. Charlison's gone down, and again, the Kop is not inclined to sympathise. Indeed, it roars Liverpool forward. Jones. Gakpo, Salah! That is great acrobatics from Kinski.
Might this just have bounced up and under the crossbar had he not touched it, Kinski. Down to 10 men Spurs with Charlison on the deck. Sometimes those are really difficult for keepers, and it was on target, it would have gone in. A vital fingertip this from the Spurs keeper. I don't think Danso would have stopped it.
3 clean sheets in 6 appearances for Spurs before tonight. Antonin Kinski is quickly earning approval. Clean sheets against Liverpool, at Tamworth, at Brentford.
He's coming off, isn't he?
He's coming off, and what that means is that we are, as an English footballing public, going to introduce ourselves to Mathys Tel, who only last week was playing Champions League football for Bayern Munich. He is absolutely oven ready. He hasn't been scoring goals this season, but he can play right the way across the front three, off either flank or through the middle.
Yeah, I don't think you'd say he's a natural centre forward, but he's played there. He's versatile. What a chance for him.
His first job, if he's permitted on in time, will be to help defend the corner. Tottenham's newest acquisition, 19 years old, Frenchman. Loan from Bayern Munich could have ultimately cost Spurs 50 million. Nice corner. He's get another bite at it. It's come down with ice on it for Kinski.
He wasn't aware of those around him, was he? Because there wasn't a red shirt nearby. Could have collected it fairly comfortably, but easy for me to say up here. Van Dijk's giving it up.
Well, a great big chunk of stoppage time. And Liverpool have Tottenham where they want them. Robertson with whip. As far as Gravenberg.
Mathys Tel taking up Charlison's position through the middle. They've not altered their shape, Tottenham.
For Bayern against... Van Dijk showed a bit of that to Kulusevski. There's Basuma, Bentancur. Falls back for Bayern Munich last week in the Champions League against Slovan Bratislava. Tel played off the left. Followed by Kinski. Son's offside. He played off the left in a four which read Zane, Elise, Muller and Tel behind Harry Kane. Formidable front five for Bayern Munich, which makes it, given that Koeman and Musiala are also in that mix, all the more understandable that he might go elsewhere to try and find more first-team minutes. And Serge Gnabry. Jones. Gakpo. Gravenberg. Conor Bradley, Curtis Jones attacking it. Shoving it behind for another corner.
Well, if Spurs get to half-time just 1-0 down, they've had a result here. Been under so much pressure.
Slow with outswing, lots of outswing. Jones met it, Gravenberch. Wide, Bradley.
How to turn the tide. Those players, though, for him, can't forget that it's still 1-1. It must feel like they're trailing by some distance the way they've been giving the runaround at times, but still very much in this tie.
Ramos took Spurs to their last winning final in 2008. It was via a 5-1 thumping of Arsenal in the second leg of the semi-final. This, if Postecoglou cracks it, will be a different animal altogether.
Kicking towards the Kop in the second half. You wonder how Spurs are going to keep them at bay. They've got to try and find a cutting edge out there. You feel they'll have to score from open play rather than taking it to penalties.
Spotted the run from Robertson there, but so did Archie Gray. Robertson had run offside anyway. Robertson, last seconds of the half. Gravenberch, Bradley. Liverpool's final raid. Salah. Bradley kept on running. The half-time whistle. Work for Liverpool still to do, but no question the first half has belonged to them, and by quite a margin. Cody Gakpo scored the only goal 4 minutes after the half hour, which has Liverpool ahead on the night and level on aggregate. It's still beautifully poised at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Spurs 0, 1 each overall.
How did Tottenham relieve some of this pressure on them, then?
I want a lot more from the captain. If I was Ange Postecoglou, I'd be looking at my captain and thinking, you've got to be a leader in this team. I think only Richarlison's had less touches than him, and he's got to start to get on the ball, make things happen. He's been not enough energy, not getting on it, not showing the leadership skills that they need. And I also think Kulusevski has to do more. He's the one player in the team that you think can do something very special, and they've got to try and keep the ball. The midfield three have not been good enough. You know, they look like a powerful outfit when you look at them all together, but they've not kept it. They've not really laid a glove on Liverpool's midfield, and it's been too easy for them. They've just completely suffocated them all game.
With Tell on now, do you go long? Can you go long as well? And a little bit like how Newcastle went long at times yesterday against Arsenal.
Well, at times, listen, sometimes the way Liverpool play dictates what you have to do. Liverpool are just on top of them and pressing. It's difficult to make passes through them. Everyone's in the one half, so you may have to do that. Get it into your front players, turn Liverpool. But when you've got Van Dijk at the back, you know, it is tough. But I think those three midfield players, for me, they haven't laid a glove on that Liverpool midfield in terms of putting a big challenge in. You think of Newcastle last night, how aggressive they were. I know they were at home, but how aggressive they were against Arsenal. You haven't seen that at all from Tottenham.
In fact, the aggression's come from Liverpool more. You know, another crunching tackle from Conor Bradley in that first half. The aggression's more from the home side than the visitors.
Yeah, I would agree. There's different ways of having aggression and taking the ball and tackling and all those kind of things, but you have to show courage in possession, and that is something that Spurs haven't done. They haven't took the ball, and there's been moments when Kinski's tried to play out from the back and it's just gone right. Liverpool played straight into Liverpool's hands. They've pressed and they've won the ball high. I know it's hard to play along with Virgil van Dijk, but you have to try and get him down the sides and get some control of this game.
The biggest strength of Ange Postecoglou probably since he's come to Spurs is players having the courage to get on the ball, even in strange situations. Fullbacks in number 10 position, but you say you admire the bravery to get it on there. And they've shown none of that. That has to change.
45 minutes from Wembley from one of these two sides, unless, of course, there is extra time and then penalties. All yours, Peter.
Mark, thank you. Beautifully edgy. Spurs in the face, of course, of faltering form, which doesn't help. 29 days since the first leg, during which time Liverpool have taken 10 points from 4 Premier League games and 1 in the FA Cup and one lost one in the Champions League. Spurs just 3 points from their 4 Premier League games. Jose Mourinho's team beat Brentford in a one-off semi in the COVID year. Oh. Darwin Núñez. In goes Salah. No, Salah, and Kinski's plunging at his near post.
He doesn't need too much space, and he didn't have it there. I think Jed Spence thought he'd done enough here just to hold him up.
Liverpool attacking the Kop. Nothing is more inclined than that to get their tail up. Robertson to smart it. Bentancur twitchily behind. Robertson again, Sommer slice flick! Kept from crossing the line. Van Dijk keeps it alive. Robertson. Gravenberch. Jones for Gakpo! Danso's protection.
Unsurprisingly come out the track quickly, Liverpool. Try and get this all-important second goal. You mentioned that first leg, Peter, which seems a long time ago. A lot of Spurs fans thinking, well, maybe Van de Ven and Romero, they should be back for the second leg, and I think many people thought that they would be, but it hasn't turned out that way.
Yeah, the word is that the vast majority of the Tottenham injury list is about to be cleared up, Dragusin being the exception. Shouldn't be too long for Johnson and Maddison and Odegaard, Romero, Udogie, Van de Ven, Vicario, Werner, Solanke.
They can't allow the player to get ahead of that near post and get the flick on, and Szoboszlai does it easily. Kinski's really under pressure here from Gakpo. Just passing away.
Basuma. Tell.
Would have been I think it'd be a difficult half-time team talk for Postecoglou, but he needed to rally the troops and try and inject a bit of positivity. We'll see if that's reflected in how they go about the business here.
Salah, nicely conjured and rolled up for Darwin Núñez over Kinski. Penalty.
It's another ball given away, isn't it, from Spurs yet again, and they're on the back foot. And once Kinski's committed, it's always going to be a penalty, because Núñez knows he's going to get here first. He knows, and he also knows he's going to go down, and there was contact. It is a penalty. Cannot see VAR getting involved in this too much.
The indication from the VAR is that he's not going to be involved too much. he has confirmed the on-field decision penalty. Campo has possession of the ball. You suggest that that is merely temporary. A formidable record. This one didn't he against Real Madrid, but that is just about that in recent times. Since that miss, he's scored 13 goals in 14 from the start of December. Mo Salah. Smashed high, and Liverpool have just a glimpse of Wembley.
I think that's what you call unstoppable. Absolutely brilliant from Mo the Master. How about it? Not often you see penalties finish up in the roof of the net, right in the corner. That's confidence for you.
Into the postage stamp. Something to write home about. A 26th goal of this season. He scored just 25 in the whole of last. Salah's firing. Liverpool are in front. And Spurs have one mighty job on here. Darwin Núñez. Jones ahead of him, Salah wide of him. Tottenham stretched, Liverpool rampant, in by Salah.
Well, it's only a one-goal advantage for Liverpool, but it feels like Spurs have got to climb Everest here, because they're so far apart, these two teams.
Van Dijk nervously away from Tell. Szoboszlai. Bradley's throw. Núñez. Moved on by Salah. And then miscued by an apologetic Andy Robertson.
And that's his Tell up top, has hardly been able to touch the ball since coming on.
Kulusevski. Ten years since Spurs won a League Cup semi-final over two legs. Oddly enough, when they did that against Sheffield United, they did win the first leg at home 1-0. And there was a point at which in the second leg at Bramall Lane they were 2-1 down against Nigel Clough's Blades. But Christian Eriksen took Spurs through that night. Bramall Lane's one thing, Anfield's another. Sharp turn from Kulusevski. Here's Matisse Tell. It's Konate, he's won a corner.
I think he was trying to find Son at the far post. There we go. It's his first meaningful bit of action.
Kulusevski. There again by Nunez guarding that near post. Rodrigo Bentancur. Spence. Forward hurriedly by Szoboszlai. Salah. Excellent tackle by Sarr. Tell. Okay, led by Robertson. Spurs have Pedro Porro and Lucas Bergvall ready to come on. Bergvall, of course, the central character in the key moments of the first leg. Spence. So
such a hard game for Kevin Danso to come into, isn't it? Getting into a Spurs team that's low on confidence against a world-class Liverpool side.
Sarr and Basuma are the players being withdrawn for Bergvall and Pedro Porro.
That tells us what Postecoglou thinks of his midfield so far. 2 of the 3 off. Archie Gray now going to have a little change of role.
Yeah, Porro into right back, and that means that at long last Archie Gray will get the chance to play where he's always wanted to play.
Yeah, Jed Spence, right wing.
Actually, Archie Gray's gone to left back. Bergvall. Porro. Spence. It is quite a reshuffle. Danso. Spence. And then Robertson away.
Although it's been the downfall at times, Spurs have got to find that swashbuckling edge to their game again. They're going to get back in this.
Bergvall. It's just worth reminding you at this point, in case Spurs do go and get a goal, that away goals are a part of ancient history now, of perhaps fond memory. Son.
Straight away, Spurs look better for the changes.
Kulusevski, Bentancur. So if Spurs were to score, the tie would be level and we would be headed for extra time. Right now, that is hypothetical. Having come here with a lead, and Postecoglou stares now at a deficit.
Yeah, well, he's not going to go out wondering if he could have been more positive. It's been a really positive switch. Kulusevski through the middle now, maybe trying to get on the ball more than ever.
He hurried up. Persistent Darwin Nunez. Liverpool as things stand, within just more than half an hour of a record-extending 15th League Cup final, the third in 4 years. This would be a 15th semi-final win in the League Cup out of 20 attempts. It's not done yet. But Bradley's marching forward. And Jones has collected. Curtis Jones. Cody Gakpo. Sobersly's header. Easily gatherable by Kinski.
He's in all sorts of space in that box, Bosley. Easy to score with a header from the penalty spot.
Bradley, lovely feet from Conor Bradley, and pokes into the side netting by Darwin Núñez.
Yeah, that's lovely feet. Nutmeg along the way. He has to adjust his feet quickly, Núñez.
Salah. Liverpool's game to manage now. Maybe they haven't been managing it truthfully from the outset. Jones, Effenberg, Robertson. Went long. Davies won his header. Salah snaps onto it and accelerates. On by Jones, Gakpo!
Well, he certainly caught this, and Kinski did get something on it, as did that far post.
That is a big touch from the young Czech keeper. Had a good goalkeeping stock, Antonin Kinski. His father, also Antonin, was a Czech international who went to Euro 2004 and World Cup 2006 behind Petr Cech. Tottenham still within one. Bentancur caught on it by Jones. Gakpo careering through the tackles. Porro coming up with the ball. And Bradley keeping it from Tell. Still yearning for an introductory moment in front of those 6,000 Tottenham fans behind the goal. Davis. Sorted out by Bradley, brought forward by Gravenberch. Nicked on by Núñez. Robertson for Cody Gakpo. Porro made good his ground.
difficult for themselves with passes like that. It's been a recurring theme for Spurs.
Resting with Curtis Jones. Kulusevski protected it well. Pulled rank in front of Bergvall. Nunez went biting back and invited crowd engagement.
Kulusevski knew he was coming as well. You could hear the pounding feet.
Whilst the margin remains 1, there can never be comfort. It only takes a moment. Spurs in search of that moment. First leg, by the standards of his era, was a relatively sober game, a 1-0 game. Still no goalless Tottenham game under Ange Postecoglou. This one has tipped against him after the party match, the 3-6 game before Christmas. One from Bradley, away by Davis. Davis, whose Happy League Cup memories go back further than most on this field. He was part of the Swansea team all those years back. Not on the way. Here's Spence. Jed Spence!
It could be a good outlet for Spurs. Spence on that right-hand side, he's got some real pace about him. He's had 1 or 2 moments like this since moving forward.
Fundamental part of the run. He scored the 88th minute equaliser at Coventry in the third round, Tottenham's first involvement in the competition. They were on the way out until very late moments of that game. Here's Szoboszlai. Liverpool have men over. Bergvall sliding back.
Jones and Cody Gakpo were in all sorts of space coming in from the left. The intended pass, I think it was for Gakpo.
So Van Dijk lumbers forward, Liverpool loaded up. Andy Robertson to load it in. Robertson into the mix. Robertson flew at it and seemingly took a hit.
They've looked to threaten these corners, Liverpool. Clash your heads with Bentancur there, I think.
Starting a League Cup tie tonight. Ibrahima Konate for the first time since last year's final. A few seconds at Brighton in the 4th round, the last 10 minutes at Spurs in the first leg of this semi-final. It's fine to go on. Alexis McAllister's going to get some time here, and Diogo Jota would be a good match finisher for Liverpool. The referee pulled himself a second there before awarding Spence the free kick. No advantage accrued. Porro's diagonal. Son Heung-min. Archie Gray. I wasn't sure.
One of those awkward ones just under the crossbar. And the ball had gone out. Big linesman on the far side, and it didn't go out.
Darwin Núñez receives his customary uproarious ovation as he gives way to Diogo Jota, and Curtis Jones equally appreciated. Alexis McAllister is his replacement.
Two quality additions off the bench, a luxury that Postecoglou just hasn't got tonight.
Important, particularly for Jota, who hasn't been available to Arne Slot last couple of weeks. He hasn't played in the last 5 games actually since getting injured at Forest in the middle of January. So here comes a useful 20-minute spell for him, and indeed a very important 20-minute spell for Liverpool. Bradley lost it to Kulusevski. Gray. Bentancur. Bergvall. Danso. Son. And again Son. And Danso. Tell, no way through. McAllister found the way out, and now Diogo Jota can have a run, which was covered adeptly by Bentancur.
Well, the glaring stat there is that Spurs have not had an effort on target yet. That's obviously got to change. They've somehow got to turn this match into more of a scrap. Try and impose themselves here. Son's really struggling. If you had options on the bench, you'd probably bring him off.
Salah. Gravenberg. Gakpo. Gravenberg. Soboslai. Gravenberg has hit the post.
The Spurs defenders were happy to let him shoot, happy to stand off here. Which is a dangerous tactic.
Gravenberg without a goal in any competition this season. His last was at Fulham towards the end of April, last season's run-in. Gloved McAllister. Bradley, that's a really lovely run. Soboslai! away! It looks like Liverpool all over again.
Well, it's such a slick, impressive move, and Conor Bradley there doing what Alexander-Arnold does so much, coming inside, getting involved in the attack, and picking out the right pass. No wonder he gets a pat on the back. They cut through so easily though, didn't they? First time pass was more than enough for Szoboszlai.
And now there is comfort, now there is uplift, now there is the temptation to believe that Wembley beckons, and this second season prize has probably gone away. There are others. An FA Cup weekend is up ahead. You've got a tough one, Spurs against Villa. Europe is a bright and very real possibility. But they've got close in this one, and now to stay in this one, they're obliged to score twice in a quarter of an hour.
Yeah. Liverpool just too good for Spurs here.
The M6 has just got a whole lot longer. For him as well. Daniel Levy looks down, grey-faced. For Liverpool, familiar conversation will gather legs again now. Can they win the lot? But wait, here is Son. Son has hit the frame of the goal.
Well, that's like the Son of old. Bit more like it, positive. End product. And very nearly a goal. That would have lifted a few heads. Made things a bit more interesting.
For so many years, so often the point of difference for Spurs' Son Heung-min. He has scored on his last 4 visits to Anfield. Mighty close then. Presented to Gray. Kulusevski. Burke with all the time in the world. Conor Bradley. Szoboszlai, he's had a smooth game tonight. Robertson, Gakpo's ahead of him. Robertson raids himself.
Just tripped off Pedro Porro, I think. Didn't really catch it.
Rotate further for what remains. Harvey Elliott, Luis Diaz. by Szoboszlai, and Liverpool, via the skipper, are halfway down Wembley Way. Virgil van Dijk, who lifted the League Cup last spring, will lead Liverpool to the final in 2025.
He's just so dominant in those situations from those corners. Such a tough man to pin down. Just a little mazy run and no real challenge on him, no strong physical contact. It's an easy finish. A simple goal. A really cheap one as far as the visitors are concerned, but it's just a reflection of the huge dominance that Liverpool have had over his team tonight.
The self-same forward that won the trophy a year ago has done the damage. And Liverpool can luxuriate now in their lead and make these late changes. As for Gakpo, Elliott for Salah. Ben Davies has been withdrawn for Spurs, and Mikey Moore is on in his stead. At a thankless point in the evening from Tottenham's perspective. Robertson. McAllister. Robertson. So we're looking at Liverpool-Newcastle, Alan.
Yeah.
Played this season already, a belting 3-3 draw at St James's in the first week of December.
Well, Newcastle can hit the heights in the way that they did last night against Arsenal. They're going to have a very good chance.
They do actually meet in the Premier League, Newcastle-Liverpool. That game live, of course, the Carabao Cup final on Sunday the 16th of March with us. Before then, they meet at Anfield on Wednesday the 26th of February. Diaz. Kinski reacted well to the follow-up from Jota.
It's painful for Spurs now. They just want this final whistle to go, to be honest. Score all one way.
Mention of that M6. They're ready to take it on. They may take some shifting from their seats. And again from Szoboszlai. Challenge from Son. Liverpool's free kick. Szoboszlai and Robertson. Other side of the Liverpool free kick. Two-man Spurs wall. Into the last 5, probably celebratory minutes for Liverpool. In by Szoboszlai. Oh. Could easily have been 5.
Yeah, he's so good in the air normally, Jota. Whether we thought he was going to get clattered here, it seemed a bit tentative the way he headed it. Maybe a little ahead of him.
Well, until this evening, Jarell Quansah had started every League Cup tie for Liverpool this season. He's going to finish this one so that Virgil van Dijk can be, by himself, embraced by all of Anfield.
Another goal for the collection. Let's put the lid on this contest. Enjoyed that one.
His 26th in 302 games for Liverpool. Two goals in this competition. One won the final. The second one clinched the semi-final. Some double Dutch joy on the Liverpool bench now.
Coming into this game, Liverpool were huge favourites to go through, even though another Premier League side was visiting with a goal advantage, but the bookies didn't seem to have any doubt who was going to come through on top, and there's never been any doubt really in this match, as there's been no jeopardy.
And, football lovers of a certain vintage will be prompted to recall over the coming weeks the 1974 FA Cup final when Liverpool and Newcastle last met at Wembley. A couple of goals for Kevin Keegan, one for Steve Highway. Bill Shankly's last game against Joe Harvey's Liverpool team. Super Mac up top and all of that. Memories to be rekindled over the next 38 days. Szoboszlai, on by Diaz. Toro kept it from Jota. Quansah. Liverpool 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League, top seeds in the Champions League. An FA Cup tie upcoming this weekend against the Championship's bottom club. And this
could turn into quite a season, couldn't it?
Robertson going long, Kinski in charge. And the Cop's running through its repertoire. So, tough place to start. Conte away from Son. Kulusevski. Insisted on keeping it. Son's had a shot. Not a bad one.
Threatening Kelleher, this one. He's really been threatened all match. It's been a great team performance, hasn't it, from Liverpool? Everybody's reached about an 8 out of 10, but I think he's been in amongst it. He started the ball rolling. He was a threat throughout. Really, another really good performance from Cody Gakpo.
It's going to be a busy Sunday on the East Coast main line and the West Coast main line. Robertson.
From Tottenham's point of view, Tom. I want to try and find a way of incorporating Matisse Tell into this forward line, try and get the best out of him, give them an injection of attacking threat.
Harvey Elliott. All the way through for Bradley. Nicked away by Bergvall. One more chance to raid. Diogo Jota. Harvey Elliott. Couldn't dig out the half yard he needed. Liverpool are Wembley bound again. Que sera sera. A record-extending 15th appearance in a League Cup final, and for Arne Slot, a crack at a first major trophy. Cody Gakpo got them rolling. He was excellent, a goal before half-time. And then in the second half, Mo Salah with emphatic violence from the penalty spot for 2-0. Szoboszlai smoothly 3-0, and somehow fittingly Virgil van Dijk through the muck and nettles of the 6-yard area to make it 4 and put it beyond doubt. For Tottenham, one more avenue to glory disappears. Others of course do remain, but the options now are thin. It's another nearly but not quite moment. And so 38 days from now, two of our great northern powerhouse cities will converge on Wembley, and what a thrilling prospect it is. The southbound trains will be standing room only. The 65th Football League Cup final, Newcastle United versus Liverpool.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Alan. Jamie Redknapp, that was comprehensive.
Absolutely. Liverpool's perspective, fantastic. The way they got after Tottenham, they suffocated in that first half. They set such a high tempo and never let them get out, never let them feel comfortable. The manager got everything right, tactics perfectly, and when you got Salah up front, you know, goals, assists every single week. His numbers are just phenomenal. What a player. From Tottenham's perspective, I cannot remember a team in my lifetime go down with less of a fight than what they did today. not having one shot on target in a semi-final second leg, when you're trying to do something, you're trying to change the course of your history. I feel sorry for those young players. The manager is changing. Jed Spence, I think Jed Spence played 14 different positions tonight. I've never seen anything like it. It's like you've got your young players, you meant to protect them, and Archie Gray and Bergvall, they're young men, and they're trying to fight, they're trying their best. But I would look at the experienced players today to lead and to make sure that they set the right tempo. They didn't do that one bit. I mean, there's been some lows, Palace, Everton, Ipswich this season, but that today, when you look at that scoreline, I mean, it was just horrendous.
As Jamie says, no shots on target. That's the first time that's happened for Tottenham this season, Michael.
Really, really damaging, that performance. You know, I came here tonight, I knew it was going to be a tough task. Did I expect it to be like that? No, I thought there'd be more of a fight from those players. First leg, you come here 1-0 up. It was going to be backs against the wall. They go behind in the first half, and they didn't show any character. In possession, out of possession, desire to keep the ball out of the back of the net. To come here and get beat 4 without a fight and have a shot on target, damaging that performance.
Well, down pitch side, I can see Cody Gakpo just hopping from one foot to another to stay warm. So let's go straight down there, the player of the match with Juliet Farrington.
Cody, you needed a comeback tonight. You needed to get the job done, but that was beyond a comeback. You were relentless.
Yeah, I think the stadium helped a lot. We knew we had to come back from the 1-0 behind. So we went out there and just tried to create as much chances as possible, and then with the quality we have, we know we're gonna get big chances and hopefully score. So that happened, and very good performance, I think, from the whole team, and great win.
You talk about the stadium, you could just feel it went up more than a notch tonight. Knockout.
Yeah, no, they were fantastic like always, but they helped us a lot today, and it gives us extra energy every time, again and again, and we are very happy with this club, with these fans.
Very happy with the season as well. I spoke to you right at the start of the season, and you were talking about how you wanted, as a team, as a club, to win everything this season. You're already in one final. How achievable is the rest?
Yeah, we are on the right track, you know, but it's we have to take it game by game, step by step. So today, good job done. So we are in one final, but we have a lot to play for still, and we have to stay calm and focused to reach as much as possible.
I know that, but everything just seems to be falling into place for you.
Yeah, we are in a good flow at the moment, but we have to keep going. So you know how football goes. It's about consistency, and we have to keep the momentum.
I know what you can see what's coming next, and it's been a while since we did this. We did it a lot last season because you won it a lot last season.
No, I didn't win it. I always gave it away.
You always gave it away between you and Curtis, but this is your very own semi-final player of the match, Cody. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Very, very nice. Cody Gakpo, the player of the match. Plenty more reaction to come over the next hour or so. We're down to the final 2 for the Carabao Cup final. Down to the final 2 in the NFL as well. Super Bowl is this Sunday. All the build-up from 10 o'clock as Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes go for the three-peat against the Philadelphia Eagles. And a brutally honest documentary is available on Sky Documentaries now. Charts the story of one of the world's biggest boy bands, Boyzone, No Matter What. All the episodes are available now. Well, it's been very comfortable for Liverpool here this evening. They had a 1-goal deficit to overturn from that first leg, and they did it, and they did it in style, putting 4 past Tottenham by 3, 4-1 on aggregate. Newcastle await in the final. Plenty of reaction and analysis to come.